Alright guys, I'm just going to real quickly go over graphing a sine function. So sine is a sine of dx minus c plus d. The absolute value of a is our amplitude, our height. The period is 2 pi over b. Phase shift is x equals c over b. The line of oscillation is y equals d. And if you have a negative a or negative sign, the graph is going to flip upside down. It's going to reflect across the x-axis. Excuse me. So I'm very quickly going to graph a sine function. All right, so I'm going to graph y equals 2 sine of 2x plus 3. This is A, this is B, and this is C. There's no parentheses, that's D. There's no parentheses, so there's no C. So my amplitude is going to be 2. My period is going to be 2 pi over 2, which is pi. My line of oscillation, that's the center of my graph, is y equals 3, no phase shift, and no negative 2, so no reflection. Okay? So no reflection and no phase shift because A is not negative. All right, so we're quickly going to graph this. So I'm going to start my graph by breaking my period into 4 parts. So for my period of pi, so I'm going to do 1/4 times pi, which is pi over 4. I'm going to do 1/2 times pi, which is pi over 2. And 3/4 times pi, which is 3 pi over 4. And then 1 times pi, which is pi. So this is how I'm going to write down my quadrants. We're going to graph one negative and one positive period. So we're only going to graph a snapshot of this graph, just a small piece. So pi over 4, pi over 2, 3 pi over 4, and pi. So that's our positive period. Then we're going to come over here and graph our negative period. All right, so negative pi, 3 pi over 4, negative pi over 2, negative pi over 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so our line of oscillation is going to be at 3. So this is where our graph is going to center. It's going to oscillate around the line y equals 3. Remember, sine starts on the line of oscillation. Cosine starts either above or below the line of oscillation, A units. So we're going to start here. All right, positive 2, so I'm going to go up 2. Then I'm going to go back to my line of oscillation. Then I'm going to go down 2. And I'm going to go back to my line of oscillation. And then I'm going to come over here and do the opposite. So I'm going to go down 2, back to my line of oscillation, up 2, back to my line of oscillation. And then I'm going to draw my sine curve. We're going to put arrows on the end because this is a continuous function. We're only graphing one positive and one negative period. So we're only looking at a small piece.